Today's a special day. I've just had my regular delivery of a bucket of flowers from my local flower farmer at Country Lane Flowers near me here in Faversham in Kent. This beautiful bucket has got dahlias in it, some pink yarrow, the fabulous trailing amaranthus, and a few stems of eucalyptus. So the question is, what am I going to do with my flowers? Hello there, I'm Julie from Julie Davis Flower Workshops and Flower Start, the online flower arranging classes. A little bit of a confession here. I always find arranging with dahlias quite tricky. They are a single stem with a flower on the top, which sometimes is perfectly positioned like a little lollipop, and other times the head seems to face front. So you've got the stem coming up at the front and then the flower head, like the letter P, sticking out to one side. So I really want to finesse my dahlia arranging technique and get all my flower heads to look lovely and perky so that I'm more confident with them when I've got them in my vase. Look, I'll show you what I mean. And here's a great example of what I was talking about. This dahlia is on the centre of its stem, so it looks like a lollipop, a straight up and down stick with a pom-pom at the end. Whereas this dahlia, the flower has matured to the side, so it's on its stem, but the bloom is forward facing, a bit like the letter P. So how am I going to incorporate those flowers into a beautiful arrangement when I've got some of my dahlias pointing upright and some facing to the side? And what a gorgeous bunch of dahlias these are. So I've got the peachy tones, some whites, and this really deep burgundy red. Although I'm going to be arranging my flowers in a vase or putting them in a vase to enjoy at home, I'm actually going to arrange them in my hand first of all, so they'll sit beautifully in the vase. So what I've done is taken off all the side shoots. I don't want them getting crushed in my hand, so each of my stems is long and straight with a fluff of flower at the top. I like to start my bouquets with a single piece of bushy greenery, giving it a really substantial centre area to thread all the other flowers through. I'm going to start with some of my achillea, just to add a little bit more oomph, and then start to add my dahlias. A round of the burgundy first. And then some peachy tones. And keep adding. And the difficult dahlias, which are facing to the side, I'm going to put those into the middle, and the rest of the flowers will support that head so it sits a little bit more upright. This one here is also facing off to the side, and I want it to sit between those two dark purple stems. So what I'm going to do is twist it the other way around and feed it in that way, and again the head will sit in just the right position. But you'll notice I didn't use any of the white dahlias and cosmos in my bucket, and the reason for that is just personal taste. When I've got these lovely bright jewel colours, sometimes I just don't want to dilute the look, the intensity of the colours, by adding in the bright whites. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Do you mix in your whites with your bright solid colours, or do you prefer to keep your pastels and paler colours together? You'll see here I've got this fabulous draping or trailing amaranthus. This is a great candidate for drying at home yourself. So if you want to look back on my earlier videos, when I talk about how expensive dried flowers are and how you might want to pick out elements of your fresh flowers and dry them for later on in the season, I'll leave a link to that in the notes underneath the video. And what I'm going to do is turn that round, tuck it under those 2 dahlias there, and have that draping and trailing out of my vase. It creates a lovely bit of natural movement. And then, as you can see, as I relax my flowers into the vase, which has got a slightly wider opening in my hands, everything just falls pleasingly into place. So which do you prefer? The vibrant dahlias arranged in my hand and then dropped into the vase to relax? Or perhaps the more mindful arrangement when I've taken time and care to arrange my white dahlias and cosmos into a windowsill vase? For my next arrangement, I'm going to use this windowsill vase with some scrunched up chicken wire inside. I'm putting it this way around because on the other side I've got a chip on the edge of the vase. This originally must have come from a charity shop, although I can't quite remember where I bought it or how much I paid. I like to start my arrangements by adding in some greenery first, just to give a little bit of structure. And then perhaps I'm going to go for this piece first. It's got a bit of natural movement to it. So I'll take away any of the stems and leaves that are going to lie in the water. I don't want those rotting off, shortening the life of my flowers. My flowers might be all white, but they do have differences in texture and size, which adds to the interest that I'll be creating in my vase. But carefully separate them out. I want to keep these quite short, so from this single stem I'm going to cut 2 placements. And you can see how far my eucalyptus comes out. I don't want that hanging out on its own without any flowers. I'm just going to cut the tiniest amount of this stem and see how far I can bring that out to the side so the eucalyptus doesn't look as if it's hanging around on its own. And I'm going to be breaking my own rule here and mixing my vibrant colours with my whites. These are the buds which I'd stripped off my main stems in order that I could make my vase arrangement in my hand, so they're only showing just the slightest bit of colour. And as you can see, nothing's going to waste, and I've just got these 2 stems of the trailing amaranthus to use. Now I'm not quite sure about these. I think they're probably going to overpower the arrangement. So what I might do is take the leaves off this one and hang it up to dry so I can use it later on in the year when I haven't got access to fresh flowers. And I might just cut this stem down a little bit shorter and get that pastel effect rolling out of the corner of my vase. I always seem to put my trailing bits off to the right hand side. Do you do the same? Let me know in the comments. And this is my finished arrangement in this absolutely huge mantelpiece vase. So I've kept primarily to the whites with just a little highlight of the pink yarrow and also the buds of those really intensely coloured dahlias. If you enjoy your flower arranging and want more hints and tips, don't forget to like this video, share it with a like-minded friend and subscribe to my channel. And if you're on Facebook, you might want to join my Facebook group, Flower Start World. And just to let you know, I've got a new Zoom flower arranging class starting on Tuesday, the 27th of September 2022 at 12 noon. So if you'd like to know more about that, let me know in the comments and I'll let you have the details. That's all for me for now, and I'll see you again next time.